guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Salter-Purves. I'm a Sapphic author of fantasy and mythology, and today I thought I would talk to you about the stack of 7 physical Sapphic stories that have been on my shelves for a while and really should be percolating in my brain. So I would love for you to grab a cup of something cozy and tell me your thoughts. So, as I also like to read more dark and macabre stuff, this is the stack. They are mystical, magical, and amazing. I have put them in order of sort of fantasy, fairy tale retellings, moody, gothic-y stuff, and then court intrigue. So, come along and we'll see how we go. So the first one I have is actually really an author as well as books in general, and that is Kalynn Bayron. So I have her Sleeping Beauty retelling here, Sleep Like Death. I also do have, which is in the house, Cinderella is Dead, which is a retelling. So this one we follow Eve is ready to become the Queen's sword, to be her vengeance. So Princess Eve was raised with one purpose, to destroy the knight, the evil sorcerer who terrorizes Queen's Bridge with his wicked magic. Far too many of her subjects have been devastated by the knight's trickery, and now Eve's own unique magic and ability to conjure weapons from nature makes her a worthy adversary. Really just enjoying that. And then we also have Cinderella is Dead, that I might get into that as we work on, like, Cinderella is Dead, and I think it's about 50 years after. So that is those. I then have Malice by Heather Walter, which is the first book in a duology. The other one I think is called Misrule. So this is a Sleeping Beauty retelling where Aurora falls in love with the Maleficent character, who I believe in here is called Alice. So once upon a time there was a wicked fairy who cursed a line of princesses to die, a curse that could only be broken by a true love's kiss. Utter nonsense. Let me tell you, no one actually cares about what happens to our princesses. I thought I didn't care either until I met her. Princess Aurora is the last heir to the throne and the future queen of our realm. Neither brothers. I am the dark grace, poured and feared by the mysterious old dark magic that runs through my veins. So it's dark magic, misunderstandings. So I'm really quite interested in diving into Heather Walter's work, because I know she also does have the Crimson Crown that came out this year. And then we move on to a sort of gothic and horror vibes, and we have Wilder Girls by Rory. I still haven't read this. I have been saying I need to read it for a while, so I really need to just sit down. So this follows a rockstar school for girls that are put into a quarantine. It's like apparently dubbed as a queer Lord of the Flies, like a feminist Lord of the Flies. So the teachers died first one by one, then they began to infect the students, turning their bodies strange. So it's a body horror. So left to fend for themselves on their island home, the girls don't dare wander outside the school fences, where the tox has made the woods wild and dangerous. As it seeps into everything, they wait for the cure that they were promised. But when her best friend Bright goes missing, Hetty is willing to do anything to find her, even if it means breaking quarantine and braving the horrors that lie outside. So really interested in a gothic body horror school setting, which also lends to An Education in Malice. No, this one is A Lesson in Vengeance. I've already read An Education in Malice. So we are following Felicity Morrow as she goes back to the Delaware school, centuries old ivy-covered campus that was home until the tragic death of her girlfriend. She now has to share her old room in Goodwin House, exclusive dormitory rumoured to be haunted by the spirit of the 5 students. Girls say that some are witches. Witchcraft is woven into the school's past. The schools don't talk about it, and students do. In secret rooms and shadowy corridors, girls convene and before her girlfriend died, Felicity was drawn to the dark, determined to leave that behind. It's hard when Delaware occult history is everywhere. So Alice Hetty is in her first year, a prodigy novelist at 17. Alice is eccentric and brilliant, and Felicity can't shake the pull that she feels towards her. So really just gothic, queer, sapphic, coming of age. And then we also move into Bitterthorn by Kat Dunn. This actually, if I read this year, will be the third Kat Dunn I've read. So this is a lost soul, a darkly alluring witch, a terrifying secret. Once a generation, the witch claims a companion for the tower in Bromwell, never to be seen again. Now that time is drawing near once more. Mara, the daughter of the Duke, has lost all hope of any future of Bromwell, so when the witch arrives, Mira offers herself, though she has no idea what fate awaits her. Stranded with her darkly alluring captor, the mystery of what happened to the previous companions draws Mira into the heart of the terrifying secret. Just also this cover just speaks to me. It's very gooey and creaky. And then we have Court, Intrigue and Politics. And that is a young adult coming of age, Girls Made of Paper and Fire. This is the first book in a trilogy by Natasha Young. I've had this forever. It was a YouTube darling like years ago. I have the first 2 books, so I really want to like dive in and read them. So each year 8 beautiful girls are chosen to be paper girls to serve the king. It's the highest honour they could have hoped for. But the most demeaning this year, there was a 9th. Instead of paper, she's made of fire. So Lee is a member of the paper caste, which is the lowest of the class of people. 10 years ago, her mother was snatched by the royal guards and her fate remained unknown. After weeks of training in an opulent but oppressive palace, Lee and 8 other girls learn skills and charms that befit the king's consort. Lee does the unthinkable. She falls in love. Her forbidden romance between remains ensnaring, and an explosive plot that threatens her world's entire way of life. Lee, still wide-eyed country girl at heart, must decide how far she's willing to go for justice and vengeance. So, feminine rage and stuff. And then I have a reimagining retelling that I have featured on this channel this year, and that it's also by an Australian author, and that is Everblessed. She was made of magic and wrath by Olivia O'Flynn. So I would have never chosen you. In a world fractured by belief, the gods lay claim to the ever, an ancient magic that sustains the known world. But the ever is failing, and the gods have turned their wrath on the ever blessed, those gifted to access their power. So we've got a warrior princess whose last hope of peace promised to marriage to a handsome yet infuriating person. She must navigate the fragile alliance and growing feelings for one person she cannot trust. Meanwhile, Ennis is a witch, desperate to console her bond with the Ever, embarks on a perilous quest to cure the blight on the land, but her path collides with the princess warrior, forcing her to choose between dangerous love and the salvation of her people. So, really excited and interested in that. I also am trying to read a lot more Australian fantasy, specifically Sapphic fantasy and Sapphic Australian books, to make sure that it is a strong market here. So yes, that is the 7-ish books that are on my physical TBR to get to by the end of the year. I would love to know which of these you have read and would recommend me starting with, or if any others are on your list, let me know, because I'm always looking for more Sapphic fantasy to read. So speaking of Sapphic retellings, I wrote one. It's a female Hazem Persephone with Welsh mythology twist. So we're following Morgan, who is also the crow goddess in Welsh mythology, and Cerys, who is my Persephone character in her Daffodil Queen. It is a short little book. It is the first in a interconnected series. The second one will be coming out in October of 2026. So if you would like to also follow me on my journey, links are down below to like and subscribe. And if you would like to purchase this, I will leave the link down there below. So I would love to hear from you, see you around. I am also aiming for the rest of the year to post 2 videos a week, one as a sort of chatty one and one as a vlog. Let me know if you like that structure. But until next time, let's use our voices to promote positive changes in the world. Thank you and bye bye for now.